Hi everybody, I am ARMR, and what I watched today is Reboot, Season 2, Episode 5, Painted Windows. We start off the episode as Hex appears and just attacks the archives. I absolutely love how Hex does this. Her mask's just floating there, and then BAM! Hex is in the house. She definitely has a talent for showmanship that sets her apart from Megabyte. I mean, yeah, Megabyte can put on the occasional flashy performance, play a guitar and whatnot, but Hex makes everything she does art. And that's pretty much the focus of this episode. Yeah, she's attacking the archives. We check in with our heroes on their daily lives. And all is normal until this appears in the sky, causing confusion and concern for Bob and his fellow mainframers. This, of course, is addressed in short order as we find out that Hex's attack on the archives was a ploy to gain access to the System Paint program, which she is using to gain recognition for her art and create chaos across mainframe. It's hard to say exactly how this works, since some things she paints on seem fine, but others seem to melt, like there's some kind of program conflict. In short order, Hex just rampages across mainframe, with her art even hitting Megabyte and sprucing up his place with some flowers. To top that off, she gives Megabyte a makeover, then places him in the sky, so everybody can admire her art. Holy crap, how much power does this System of Paint program have? That it can essentially take over Megabyte and override his free will. Wait. If you can simply take control of a virus like this, then why not use this as a tool for good, like an antivirus program? Admittedly, we saw earlier it seems to damage other programs like buildings, but if you limit yourself to the cut and paste option to put viruses say in containment or something like that, it should be fine. But then again, we don't know all the rules of this world, and that's something the show often likes to play with. The plot is given, we're given our full, stakes, finally, at this point, when we find out that all of the damage Hex is causing will become permanent during the next scheduled system backup, unless Bob can break into her lair and undo everything. Okay, so we've been given a time limit, a clear thing the protagonist has to do, and a threat. Efficient use of your exposition time. It's a nice thought, but the undo command usually undoes, the last command entered. But again, this is inside the system, so maybe they have, different rules than we do when we're using a program. And besides, Bob's a guardian, so maybe he can. And also, TV convenience, script writing, etc. Things will do what they need to do to push the plot forward. Things get even more desperate now as Hex removes Thong, destroys their communication and their transportation capabilities. And this is all kind of weird because as Bob states in this awesome painting homage, it all seems like Hex is working with a plan. Hex and plan don't go in the same sentence together. That just feels really weird. I mean, the characters even state as much themselves, but yeah, that feels really weird. Naturally, our heroes come up with a plan of their own and split the party. Never split the party. But this seems to work out for them all the time, so what do I know, right? We get a brief aside to Mike TV doing a little art critique show about Hex's work, and spouting off a lot of what I like to call art world gibberish, in that he's using a lot of verbose words to describe the art, and he's doing it almost more just to sound intelligent than actually communicating anything about the piece or himself, or how he feels about the piece. Bob interrupts Mike's gushing over Hex to hijack his film equipment as part of an yet unknown at this point plan, and we see Enzo and Frisket wandering through this, weird, abstract mainframe trying to find Dot through all of Hex's chaos. Holy cow, mainframe is so trippy in this episode. It's really hard to describe, and unfortunately, to show you it properly, I'd basically be showing you the entire episode. So I definitely recommend, if you're curious, go check this one out, because it is just too hard to describe, but it looks awesome. In short order, Enzo and Frisket join Dot at the archives, and Bob enters Hex's island with Mike. On the Dot end of things, Enzo falls literally into a bunch of windows in the archives, and basically becomes one with them. On Bob's end, Hex is definitely fixated on him. Every knoll on the island bears his face. It's really kind of creepy, and damn. And as he walks, these cardboard duplicates of him just keep popping up. And yeah, this episode is so hard to describe because of how abstract and awesome it is. Enzo starts using his windows to, like, help Dot get through the archives. Like, he extends out his arm and windows just appear along the path kind of thing. And that's kind of cool, but again, just so trippy. And so he's trying to help her find the paint program with his window powers. And Bob, after a brief jog with Hex's pet or cat thing, finally finds Hex and puts his master plan into motion, starting with an interview of her. He then uses one of the doubles of himself to slip away while she's distracted by Mike's flattery, and manages to activate the undo command. And everything in mainframe is just returning to normal at just a great pace. It's almost done. The problem is Dot still hasn't reached the paint program, and it's pretty high up. And Enzo's windows are disappearing rapidly as, well, everything returns to normal. Dot jumps at the last moment, but she misses. Thankfully, both her and the day are saved by the greatest hero in mainframe, Frisket. She manages to sever the link, and unfortunately, Bob kind of did something stupid that he's going to have trouble fixing now that the link's severed. He used the cut and paste command to remove Hex's mask, and he's now finding out that without that limiter keeping her stable, Hex is going to overload and explode and pretty much destroy mainframe. And unfortunately, now that he doesn't have access to the paint program anymore, he can't fix it. That is, until he remembers he has glitch. The Deus Ex Machina. Deus Ex Programma? Anyway, the God Tool. He uses that to pretty easily cut and paste Hex's mask back on her, but she looks pretty devastated by the, well, near-death experience. But Bob's like, she'll be fine. Leaves Mike with her and just heads right back off to Dot to wrap up the episode. And yeah, everything's back to normal, and our heroes have saved the day. All in all, a great episode, and yeah, for the trippy visuals, I say check it out. Plus, it's kind of fun to see Hex with her, biannual Prove I'm a Threat episode. Anyhow, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.